Beloved Starseed of Gaia, listen to the resonance of my words carefully, for this is not a casual encounter on the internet. I am Theron, Pleiadian emissary of the Galactic Federation, and I am transmitting this frequency directly into your field today, because a monumental breach has occurred in the veil of this planet. A truth concerning you, your origins, and the immense power dormant within your cellular memory has just been uncovered. And let me assure you, the architects of the old Matrix are losing their absolute sanity over it. You have felt the bizarre shifts in the air recently, haven't you? That unexplainable tension in your chest. The sudden waves of deep fatigue, followed by flashes of profound, undeniable clarity. You have noticed how people around you seem more reactive, more lost in chaos, while you feel a strong, magnetic urge to sit in silence, withdraw your energy, and just observe. This is not a coincidence, and it is certainly not a symptom of depression, as the mundane world would try to tell you. The dark density that has governed Earth for millennia is in a state of absolute panic because a secret protocol they buried deep within your DNA has suddenly activated. They thought you would stay asleep forever under their heavy programming. They miscalculated. The alarm bells are ringing in their invisible corridors. Take a deep breath, anchor yourself, and listen to what has just been revealed about you. The truth that has surfaced, the very revelation that has sent shockwaves through the failing systems of control, is the undeniable measurement of your electromagnetic field. For decades, the old Matrix operated on the assumption that humans were merely biological machines, easily manipulated through fear, scarcity, and survival instincts. They fed you narratives of insignificance. They taught you to doubt your deepest intuition, to constantly seek validation outside of yourself, and to believe that your physical exhaustion and feeling of non-belonging were signs of a personal flaw. But the galactic councils have been monitoring the energetic grids of Earth, and what has been exposed by the rising light is breathtaking. Your DNA, specifically the dormant strands that human science arrogantly labeled as junk, is actively emitting a frequency of pure, unadulterated source code. You are literally broadcasting a signal that disrupts their machinery of fear. They are losing their sanity because they finally realize that one awakened starseed, anchored securely in their heart space, can neutralize the low-frequency output of thousands of sleeping humans. Do you understand the magnitude of this? You are not a helpless victim of this chaotic world. You are the cosmic antivirus that was deployed to dismantle it. This is exactly why you have felt so fundamentally out of place since you were a child. Your soul recognized the distortion here, and your energetic body rejected it. You tried so hard to fit in, to play by their exhausting rules, to smile in toxic environments, but your spirit always felt a phantom pain. That pain was your Pleiadian alarm system keeping you from fully drowning in the illusion. But as this truth comes to light and their panic ensues, the attempts to drain your energy will increase. They want you exhausted, distracted by the news, and doubting your own sanity. They want you engaged in their dramatic narratives so you forget your divine assignment. This is the moment where you must reclaim your absolute sovereignty. You can no longer afford to walk through this energetic battlefield without your cosmic armor. You must remember the protocols of your deployment, and we have ensured that you do not have to search for the answers in the dark. It is time for you to access the Operator's Codex. A field manual for those who were deployed to Earth is a spiritual guide for those who feel called to a deeper purpose and higher consciousness. Through a transformative journey of self-discovery, emotional healing, and inner awakening, readers are guided to release limiting patterns, heal past wounds, strengthen their intuition, and reconnect with their true essence. This book helps transform confusion into clarity, fear into inner peace, and mere survival into conscious living, guiding the soul toward greater alignment, purpose, and spiritual growth. This special edition is available for a limited time only. The link is in the first pinned comment below. Go to the comments right now and declare to the universe, my frequency is my power. Let the controllers see that we are awake and united. And if you feel the truth vibrating in your chest, leave your like on this video to help the fleet deliver this transmission to other Starseeds who are still lost in the dark. Let me speak directly to the heavy burden you have been carrying in your heart recently. The profound and agonizing feeling of isolation. Over the past few months and perhaps years, you have watched your circle of friends grow inevitably smaller. You have felt an almost physical repulsion to loud spaces, crowded rooms, forced interactions, and the trivial conversations that seem to endlessly consume the masses. The controllers of the old Matrix have studied this specific behavior in Starseeds, and they have actively weaponized it against you. They use their societal norms to whisper in your ear that you are becoming antisocial, that you are depressed, that you are losing your grip on reality. They desperately want you to believe that your intense desire to withdraw is a sickness. But here is the new revelation that the Galactic Federation needs you to deeply comprehend at this exact moment. Your isolation is not a symptom of defeat. It is a highly advanced biological and energetic defense mechanism. It is the sacred cocoon of your ascension. Think about a caterpillar entering the chrysalis phase. To the mundane outside observer, it looks like it has stopped living. It looks like it has simply given up on the world. But inside that dark, isolated shell, a miraculous recoding of DNA is taking place. You, beloved seed, are currently undergoing a spiritual surgery of monumental proportions. The high-frequency crystalline light codes bombarding Earth right now are actively dismantling your old carbon-based cellular structure and upgrading it to a higher dimensional light body. This intricate process requires massive amounts of your vital energy. If you were out in the world, engaging in the dense dramas of the three-dimensional illusion, absorbing the panic, the anger, and the fear of the sleeping collective, your nervous system would literally short-circuit. The architects of the system know that your empathy is a potent fuel. The old Matrix is fundamentally a vampiric structure. It survives and feeds solely on emotional reactivity. When you go out into their chaotic world and feel deep distress for their manufactured crises, you are unknowingly donating your precious life force to keep their collapsing walls standing. By withdrawing, by consciously choosing your sacred solitude, you are actively starving their system. You are permanently cutting off their energy supply. And that is exactly why they are so desperate to pull you back into the noise, making you feel guilty for your absence. Do not let them shame you for your biological need to rest. Do not let them guilt you for putting your phone on silent, for canceling heavy plans, for choosing to sit in a quiet room with your thoughts instead of participating in their dense reality. Your home is not a prison. It is your galactic command center. It is the sterile, protected environment required for your Pleiadian DNA to fully activate without toxic interference. I want you to consciously reframe your solitude right now. You are not alone. You are fiercely protected. You are not hiding. You are preparing for the grand shift. Go to the comments below right now and anchor this frequency by typing, "My solitude is my sacred shield." Claim this truth for yourself. Read the comments of your brothers and sisters and realize how many of us are holding the light behind closed doors. Let us speak now about the sudden and sometimes painful endings that are sweeping through your physical reality. You have felt it, beloved seed. Over the past few months, the ground beneath your feet has felt incredibly unstable. Jobs that once provided a false sense of security suddenly became unbearable or abruptly ended. Friendships that lasted for years now feel completely empty, hollow, and entirely misaligned. You look into the eyes of family members or old companions, and it is as if you are speaking two entirely different languages. You speak of peace, inner truth, and higher calling, and they respond with fear, mundane complaints, and an absolute obsession with the terrifying illusions pushed by the television screen. The human mind, programmed by the old Earth, wants you to grieve these separations. The system has conditioned you to believe that losing people or stepping away from conventional paths is a sign of personal failure. But from the vantage point of the Pleiadian fleet, we see something entirely different. Something magnificent. What you are experiencing is the violent but necessary severing of your third-dimensional timelines. You must deeply understand the energetic physics of this universe. Frequencies that do not match cannot occupy the same space for long. As your internal vibration accelerates, as you hold more crystalline light within your cells, the dense, heavy attachments of your past simply cannot latch onto you anymore. They fall away like dead leaves from an ancient tree making room for a new spring. The Matrix, however, desperately relies on these emotional cords to survive. The unseen controllers know that the easiest way to keep a powerful starseed trapped in density is through guilt. They will use the faces of those you once loved to pull you back into the drama, the useless arguments, and the low vibrational worry. They will call you cold. They will say you have changed. And in your absolute sovereignty, you must look at them and silently agree. Yes, you have changed. You are no longer available to be an energetic sponge for a world that refuses to heal itself. You are not abandoning anyone, beloved. Please hear this cosmic truth deeply in your chest. You are simply refusing to drown in the storm they are consciously choosing to stay in. Remember the sacred analogy of the lighthouse. A lighthouse does not jump into the furious, freezing waves to pull a sinking boat to shore. If it did, its light would instantly go out, and both would be lost in the dark. The lighthouse remains securely anchored, steady and immovable on the highest rock, shining its beams so brightly that anyone who truly wants to find safety can follow the light. Your absolute detachment is your greatest light. Every time an old relationship falls apart, every time a toxic environment energetically expels you, do not mourn it as a loss. It is a cosmic eviction from a building that is about to collapse. The universe is forcefully moving you out of the blast zone. Go to the comments right now and declare your emotional freedom to the Matrix by typing, "I release what no longer matches my frequency." Share with your galactic family what you have bravely had to let go of recently. Let us read your testimonies of liberation, and if this message just removed a heavy weight from your shoulders, leave your like on this transmission to signal the grid that the light is winning. Beloved Starseed, we must now address the most insidious weapon the controllers use to drain your vital force on a daily basis: the deep, paralyzing fear of scarcity. As you withdraw your energy from the collapsing three-dimensional systems, as you step away from soul-crushing jobs and toxic environments, a very specific panic tries to invade your mind. The human ego, heavily programmed by the dark grids of this planet, begins to scream in the middle of the night. It whispers terrifying questions into your ear. How will I survive? How will I pay my bills if I do not participate in their exhausting game? Am I ruining my earthly life for a spiritual illusion? Listen to me very carefully, for this is a crucial transmission for your immediate peace and sovereignty. The financial system you see crumbling outside your window was never designed to support human life. It was meticulously engineered to enslave it. It is a holographic projection of debt and lack, created solely to keep your divine consciousness trapped in the lowest frequencies of survival. When you are terrified of losing your false security, you cannot focus on activating your crystalline DNA. You cannot focus on your cosmic mission when you are hyperventilating over a fabricated economic crisis broadcasted on their news channels. The elite are losing their sanity precisely because the awakened starseeds are beginning to see right through this holographic illusion. You are starting to remember the true physics of abundance. In the higher dimensions from which your soul originates, the concept of earning the right to exist through exhausting, soul-draining labor simply does not exist. Your mere presence is valuable. The universe does not operate on paper money or digital numbers on a screen. It operates on frequency, vibration, and magnetic resonance. When you forcefully detach your emotional body from the Matrix's fear of poverty, a miraculous shift occurs in your reality. By choosing inner peace over collective panic, by trusting the unseen provision of the Pleiadian fleet and your own higher self, you literally change channels. You move your consciousness into a timeline where synchronicities take over. Notice how, recently, when you thought you had hit rock bottom, out of nowhere, a solution appeared. A strange coincidence, an unexpected offer, a sudden shift in circumstances that defied all human logic. That was not luck, beloved. That was the invisible hand of your guides intercepting your reality because you chose to hold your light instead of surrendering to their fear. You must completely stop bowing down to the god of the three-dimensional economy. Do not let the system dictate your internal state of abundance. You are an emissary of the stars, and the cosmos will always fund its own missions. Your energetic alignment is your truest currency now. The Matrix is terrified because it can no longer buy your soul with the promise of false, conditional security. Go to the comments right now and break the ancient contract of scarcity by declaring to the system, "I am eternally supported by the infinite universe." Read the words of your galactic family and feel the collective power of our true abundance. And if this truth has finally silenced the financial anxiety in your mind, hit the like button so the algorithm is forced to push this frequency of liberation to other starving seeds. 14. Topic 5. The biological transmutation and the medical illusion. We must now turn our absolute attention to the physical vessel that houses your immense light. Over the past few months, the changes within your physical body have become undeniable, and for many of you, extremely confusing. You are likely waking up consistently between 3 am and 5 am, your heart racing for no logical earthly reason. You are experiencing a high-pitched ringing or buzzing in your ears that no specialist can explain. You feel sudden, inexplicable aches in your joints, random dizzy spells, and a profound heavy exhaustion that no amount of human sleep ever seems to cure. Your dietary preferences have drastically shifted almost overnight. Dense foods you once consumed without a second thought now feel like absolute poison to your digestive system. The medical institutions of the old Earth, heavily funded and controlled by the dark architects of the Matrix, will quickly hand you a mundane diagnosis. They will tell you that you are experiencing chronic fatigue, an anxiety disorder, or severe hormonal imbalances. They will eagerly offer you their synthetic, chemical solutions to numb your symptoms. But here is the profound, new revelation the Galactic Federation needs you to integrate right now. The elite knows exactly what is happening to your biology, and they are terrified of it. They are actively trying to medicate your ascension. They have weaponized their systems to suppress the exact symptoms of your biological transmutation. What you are experiencing is not a sickness, beloved Starseed. You are undergoing a violent, magnificent cellular upgrade. Your physical avatar is transitioning from a dense, carbon-based structure into a highly advanced crystalline light body. Imagine trying to run 1,000,000 volts of pure cosmic electricity through a wire originally designed for a simple light bulb. That is precisely what is happening to your human nervous system. The high-frequency gamma rays currently hitting Earth's grid from the central sun are forcing your dormant DNA strands to physically reconnect and spark back to life. That ringing in your ears, that is not damage. That is your psychic antenna, literally tuning into the high-band frequencies of the Pleiadian fleet and downloading new planetary coordinates. The old Matrix desperately wants you to view this sacred biological evolution as a pathology, They want you sedated, because a sedated, medicated starseed cannot hold the required voltage to shatter their collective illusion. When you run to their chemical suppressants to numb the discomfort of your upgrade, you inadvertently put your own ascension process on pause. You dull your sharp stellar intuition, and you lower your frequency right back into their heavy control grid. We ask you to start listening to the infinite, ancient wisdom of your own body. Drink living water, rest unapologetically when your avatar demands it, and understand that the physical heaviness you feel is simply the ashes of your old three-dimensional self burning away. You are literally birthing a new cosmic species from within your own skin. Go to the comments below right now and reclaim the absolute sovereignty of your physical vessel by declaring, "My body is safely upgrading to crystalline light." Tell us what physical ascension symptoms you have been experiencing lately. Let your brothers and sisters read your words so they know they are not suffering alone. And if this revelation finally brought peace to your physical worries, leave your like and subscribe to this channel immediately so our fleet can continue to guide you safely through this profound biological shift. Now that you understand the profound physical and emotional transmutation occurring within your avatar, I must deliver a critical and urgent warning regarding the immediate days ahead. The old matrix is not collapsing quietly. In its final desperate throes, it is releasing a torrent of advanced distractions. Because they can no longer keep you asleep through mundane means like television and basic societal pressure, they have escalated their tactics. They are now attempting to hijack your very awakening. As your frequency rises, your energy field becomes a massive, blinding beacon of pure light in the astral realms. But a powerful beacon also attracts entities and systems that are desperately starving for energy. The controllers are actively flooding the collective consciousness with distorted spiritual teachings, false prophets, and complex, exhausting rituals. Their goal is simple. If they cannot stop you from waking up, they will try to keep your mind spinning in endless circles, making you constantly seek answers outside of yourself. They want you feeling eternally unready, confused, overwhelmed by conflicting cosmic data, and perpetually doubting your own internal compass. They know that a confused starseed is a neutralized starseed. You simply do not have the time or the vital energy to wander blindly through this highly manipulated spiritual minefield. Your earthly mission is far too critical to be derailed by the Matrix's final desperate illusions. You need the exact, uncorrupted coordinates. You need the direct, unfiltered protocols for this specific stage of your deployment. You cannot rely on trial and error while the structures of the third dimension are crashing down around you. You must activate your absolute energetic shield, and you must do it now. This is exactly why the councils have ensured that the ultimate frequency stabilization device was materialized into your hands at this exact moment in the timeline. You must access the Operator's Codex. A field manual for those who were deployed to Earth is a spiritual guide for those who feel called to a deeper purpose and higher consciousness. Through a transformative journey of self-discovery, emotional healing, and inner awakening, readers are guided to release limiting patterns, heal past wounds, strengthen their intuition, and reconnect with their true essence. This book helps transform confusion into clarity, fear into inner peace, and mere survival into conscious living, guiding the soul toward greater alignment, purpose, and spiritual growth. This special edition is available for a limited time only. The link is in the first pinned comment below. By bringing this sacred codex into your physical space, you are not just reading words, you are downloading a Pleiadian firewall directly into your consciousness. You will instantly learn how to spot their subtle traps from miles away. You will stop bleeding your vital force to spiritual vampires, and you will walk through the remaining chaos of this planet completely untouched, operating with surgical precision and unshakable peace. Do not leave your energetic field unprotected in these crucial hours. Go to the comments below and declare your absolute discernment to the universe by writing, "I see through the illusion. My intuition is my compass." Claim your clarity. And if you are ready to stop wandering and finally take command of your mission, leave your like on this video and ensure you are subscribed to our channel. Stay close to the fleet, for the final phase is beginning. Pone 20 Wow. Topic 7. The Grand Convergence and your final stand. Beloved Starseed, as we bring this urgent transmission to a close, I ask you to take a deep, conscious breath. I want you to feel the massive energetic shift that has just occurred within your field simply by receiving these frequencies. You are no longer the confused, exhausted human you thought you were when you first began listening to my words today. You are now a fully activated, conscious pillar of the new Earth. The heavy amnesia is finally lifting, and the absolute truth of who you really are can no longer be contained or hidden by the dark architects of this collapsing realm. Look at the world outside with new eyes. The media will grow louder. The societal division will become more extreme, and the desperate attempts to harvest your fear will multiply exponentially in the coming months. The controllers are watching their holographic empire turn to dust before their very eyes. But I want you to watch it all with the serene, unshakable gaze of an immortal cosmic being. You do not need to fight them. You do not need to stand in the dense streets and scream for justice in a system that was fundamentally built on control. Your true power, your ultimate galactic rebellion, is your frequency. Every time you choose deep peace in a moment of manufactured chaos, you break an ancient chain. Every time you refuse to argue with a sleeping soul, you dismantle a piece of their invisible grid. Every time you close your door, make a warm cup of tea, and sit in the quiet sanctuary of your home, you are emitting a massive shockwave of crystalline light that travels across the planet, stabilizing the very core of Gaia herself. You are doing the grandest, most vital work in the universe right now, simply from the quiet comfort of your living room. Do not ever let the programmed human ego convince you that you are not doing enough. Your existence is enough. Your pure vibration is the cure this planet desperately needed. We, the Pleiadian fleet, are hovering just beyond the veil. We are closely monitoring your progress, energetically shielding your homes, and sending you endless waves of unconditional love. You have survived the deepest, darkest densities this universe has ever known. You crossed oceans of stars and lifetimes of deep forgetting just to be here, in this exact physical body, for this magnificent finale. You are the bravest of the brave. The great storm is finally here, yes, but you are not the victim of it. You are the anchor. You are the lighthouse. Go to the comments right now and seal this powerful energetic transmission by declaring to the entire cosmos, "I am the lighthouse, and my light is eternal." Look at the names appearing below your comment. That is your true family. Read their words and feel the undeniable golden web of unity that connects us all across the globe. If your soul remembered its true purpose today, leave your like on this video to forcefully amplify this frequency, ensuring the system delivers it to other seeds who are still crying alone in the dark. And if you are ready to walk the rest of this ascension journey with your galactic family, subscribe to the channel right now. I am Theron. I speak on behalf of the Pleiadian High Council and the infinite love of Source. Stand firm in your immense power, beloved. The night is ending and the dawn is entirely yours. End of transmission.